Did you guys ever meet anyone that, they just live in this bubble and they only like see what they want to see, hear what they want to see, and they just live their life just in their own world, and they don't see anybody around them. They don't hear anybody around them, and they just don't care. I think it's called like narcissistic personality, where you just care about, what you're going through. You only care about what you're feeling, and you only want to hear what you want to hear. I think that's a very scary and unhealthy way to live. And I notice a lot of people live like that. And it's not good for the people around them, that you don't really see them, you don't really hear them. And, it's like a lot of people could be suffering around you, and people like that, they just live in their own world. They only care about how they're feeling and what they're going through, and they just don't take the time, or they don't want to take the time to just see or hear what's going on around them, you know and it's very scary, very scary. I don't know if anyone out there listening to this, has ever encountered that. But, narcissistic personality is a very scary thing. Um, and it's a lot of people that suffer from that. And, bipolar is another thing where you go hot and cold. Very scary, very scary. One minute, that person could be laughing and joking and stuff, and the next minute they could be set off by something you did or said or heard or whatever, and they just get very angry. It's not a joke. It's really not a joke. I've known a lot of people with bipolar personality, and it is very, very, very scary. You know, um, very scary. I have a lot of experience with dealing with bipolar behavior. And mental illness is definitely no joke. And a lot of people, suffer from it. A lot of people, they don't like to deal with it because they feel like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me and I don't need help. But, everyone feels like if they go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, that the people think they're crazy or whatever. But, I just think a lot of people do suffer from some sort of like mental illness, and they never get help. And that's really bad. It's a really, really bad for the person and the people around them. And it's unfortunate, and I've lost a lot of, family and friends because, they just didn't want to get the help that, they needed. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. So I'm just venting because I'm just thinking of a lot of different things, a lot of different relationships in my life. And, mental illness is a very, very scary thing. And it's much more common than we could ever think. So if you know someone out there and, they need help, I totally understand. Sometimes you just don't have the power to help a person, a loved one that suffers from it. And so all you can do is vent and talk about it, and just try your hardest to get through to that person. Anyway, I thought I'd just share that. Today's a little venting day, or trying to talk about life experiences.